Let us now look at ourselves and see, do I have good manners? Am I using good manners all the time? I must have good manners. How I cultivate, that's what we are going to look at. I must have good manners. I must have. When I say have, you have to cultivate even if you don't have. I must have good manners. Everyone loves a little girl or a boy with good manners. Means polite, loving little child. Now cultivating good manners, making it part of you every day, every week, every month, and it becomes part of your habit. So it's not difficult when it is practiced regularly. And that's what we are going to see. Where, when, with who are we going to practice good manners? Okay. So first I told you, I must have good manners. The first lesson is taught. First lesson is learned at home. So listening to mummies and daddies, brothers and sisters, grandparents and uncles, practicing manners in the house. People come home, people go out. So learning good manners at home, that's the first lesson. Second, we practice it with our neighbors in our neighborhood. Third, we practice it at school, a bigger home. So now, let us, I'm sure you know the song, let's sing a song to remind ourselves about the good manners. Now, when you talk about manners, there are 4 magic words that we have to keep in mind. Can you tell me what these 4 are? Thank you, sorry, please, and excuse me. Okay? So now that's the 4 words. Those 4 words bring magic. When you say please, anybody will give you anything. Sorry, then they forgive you. Excuse me, they will move on. Thank you when you receive something. You keep these 4 words in mind. Now let us sing a small song. There are 4 little magic words that can open any door with ease. One little word is thanks, and the other little word is please. One little word is sorry, and the other little word is excuse me. There are 4 little magic words that can open any door with ease. One little word is thanks, and the other little word is please. One little word is sorry, and the other little word is excuse me. Now, when you ask for butter, say please pass the butter. Good manners are never out of town. Now when you get the butter, the next thing you order, say thanks with a great big funny smile. There are 4 little magic words that can open any door with ease. One little word is thanks, and the other little word is please. Now, table manners. Yes? You say, please pass me that. When you used to say thank you. It's very important. So, what are we trying to learn today? Trying to say, I must cultivate good manners in me. I must cultivate good habit. How? Where? Okay? So, I must have good manners in me. Everyone loves mommy, uncles, aunts, neighbors, teachers. They all love a little girl or boy with good manners, who cultivate, who has good manners. So, I must have good manners, so I greet my parents. So I greet my parents at home. As soon as you get up in the morning, saying good morning. When you come back from school, hi mummy, hello, I had a nice day. Like that, greeting parents. I must have good manners, so I greet my parents at home. Good evening, good night before you go to bed. Okay? Then I must have good manners, so I greet my teachers at school when I meet them, not only at school, anywhere when I meet them. I must have good manners, so I greet my teachers at school. Very important place to practice good manners. So at home, mummy is there, daddy is there, elders, so many people. Now at school, my teachers, lots of teachers are there. So you need to greet them, you need to wish them. Now elders, I must have good manners, so I greet my elders. Who are these elders? Uncles and aunts, anybody, neighbors. So I must have good manners, so I greet my elders. Elders can be, when you talk about aunts, uncles, anybody older than you, mummy's friend, daddy's friend, neighbors. So I must have good manners, so I greet my parents at home. I greet my teachers at school. I greet my elders, aunts and uncles and others in the neighborhood. I greet them. I wish them. What will you say? Good morning, good afternoon. Thank you when they give you something. Sorry if you miss something. So like that. Then what about your grandparents? Grandparents at home, morning when you get up, wish them. Before you go to bed, say good night. They feel very happy. They feel so happy. So I must have good manners, so I greet my grandparents. And they feel very happy when you greet them. When you wish them morning, when you wish them at night, they feel so happy. Hi grandma, how you feel today? What do you want? Can I help you? They feel very, very happy. So you need to keep the happy. I must have good manners. So I greet my parents morning and night and afternoon. Keep them happy. Ask them, will they like any help? I greet my teachers at home, at school. You need to show respect to your teachers. Then I greet my elders, aunts and uncles in the neighborhood, in the flat. Then I greet my grandparents at home or when they come home and make them happy. What about my friends at school? When you meet them, I must have good manners, so I greet my friends. Now friends can be at school, neighborhood, anywhere you meet them, at the party, wherever you go, you meet your friends, you learn to greet them. Then they feel so happy. Then I must have good manners, so I greet my neighbors. So I greet my neighbors. Now what is this greeting? What do you tell them? When you get up in the morning, you tell mommy, good morning mommy. You go and give her a hug. The night, good night. When you come from school, mommy, hi, mommy. Why are you looking tired? Can I help you? So when you talk like that, parents feel very happy. What about the teachers? How are you, miss? Good morning, miss. Bye-bye, miss. When you talk to people, even if they're feeling low, they feel very alive, they feel happy with your smile for them. Then when you greet the elders, sometimes the elders are troubled. When you greet them, when you wish them, they feel very happy. Say, what a lovely little girl. Oh, she made my day. Then when you greet your grandparents, they will really dote on you. Say, my grandchild, my granddaughter, how beautiful, how lovely. She's keeping me happy. Friends, when you greet your friends, they feel very alive and active. When you greet your neighbor, they feel very happy for you. What are you learning from all this? I must have good manners. What are the good manners? You must say thank you when you receive something, please when you need something. Not tell mommy, ma, I want one pencil. Ma, I want that fruit. I want, no, you must say please. Use please when you need something. Say thank you when you receive something. When you, somebody says sorry. When you want to enter a room, excuse me. So when you use these words, you are actually practicing good manners. You are cultivating good manners. You are imbibing in yourself good habits. So let's look at the sound that has come up. Okay? I sound is E, M, Ha, G, M. Then you have S, E, G, M, P, A, Ha, S, E, G, M, T, A, S, E, G, M, A, O. Then you have S, E, G, M, G again. Then you have S, E, G, M. Then finally you have S, E, G, M, and N. Let's read together. We're trying to cultivate in us the good manners so that everyone will say, what a lovely little man, good mannered girl she is, good mannered little boy he is. I must have good manners. So I greet my parents at home, morning, noon and night. So I greet my teachers at school. I must have good manners. So I greet my elders, my aunts and uncles at home or when I go and meet them. I must have good manners. So I greet my grandparents when they come home or when they are at home. I must have good manners. So I greet my friends at school, at the party, wherever I meet them. I must have good manners. So I greet my neighbors so that I cultivate and I become a good mannered little girl or little boy. I am cultivating good manners. So I become a good mannered little girl, good mannered little boy. I must have good manners. So I use the 4 magic words often. I utilize that regularly. I must have good manners. So I use the 4 magic words often. Whenever I need something from someone, parents or teachers or friends, I always use please. Whenever I get something, anything, even if it's a sweet or a pencil, I say thank you. Whenever I hurt somebody, I always say sorry, or if I make a mistake, I always admit and say sorry. But when I have to enter somewhere, somebody is talking or I want to talk to mommy, which is talking to dad, say please excuse me. So I use the 4 magic words. What for? So that I am a good mannered little girl or little boy. I must have good manners. So I use a handkerchief to sneeze or when I have a cold or had to wipe my face or hand. I must have good manners, so I use a handkerchief. I use a handkerchief. I do not wipe myself on the dress or my nose on the sleeves of my dress. No, use a handkerchief. Good mannerly child will use a handkerchief. Sneeze into the kerchief. Wipe your face or hands on the kerchief. So, I must have good manners, so I use the magic word. I must have good manners, so I use a handkerchief. Often, wherever I go, I carry a handkerchief with me. Then, I must have good manners, so I use polite words. I speak softly. I do not yell and shout and make a big noise. I must have good manners, so I use polite words and I speak softly. How do you speak? Shout? No, I speak softly. Audible, clear, with clarity but softly, sweetly. Now, I must have good manners, so I use polite words and I speak softly, clearly to my friends, to my teachers, to my friends, grandparents, everyone at home. Then, I must have good manners. I must grow to be a mannerly, good mannerly child. So, I do not make noise when I eat. So, I do not make noise when I eat. When I eat, I mean when I chew the food. Some people eat with mouth open. You put food in the mouth, you must close your mouth and chew it well without making noise. So, I am a child trying to cultivate the habit of good manners. So, I do not make noise when I am chewing my food. When I am eating my food, I eat softly. So, I am trying to cultivate good manners in me. So, I use the 4 magic words very often and make it part of me. I must have good manners. So, I carry a handkerchief with me and I use it when I sneeze, when I have to wipe my eyes, face, nose. I use a handkerchief as part of me. Then I must have good manners. So, I use polite words and I speak softly, clearly, audible for the person to hear. I am practicing good manners, cultivating good manners in me. So, I do not make a noise when I am eating, when I am chewing my food. Then, I must have good manners, so I speak softly when I am out of the house, especially when I am out of the house. So, I must have good manners, so I speak softly when I am out of the house. When I am out of the house, I do not shout. Okay, I will try my best not to shout. I speak softly, and when I am out of the house, I should be very careful how I behave. Then I must have good manners, so I am sensitive to the needs of others. I must have good manners, so I am sensitive to the needs of others. What is the meaning of needs of others? Now, at home, mommy has got a headache. And if you go on shouting, putting a loud music, then you are not sensitive. Grandparents, somebody is sick, your brother is sick, you need to be quiet. So, you are being sensitive to the need of others. When you're traveling in a bus, you're traveling the train, if you're going to shout, you are not being sensitive to others. So, practicing good manners. Others, think of others. In class, if I shout, what will happen to my neighbor? Shouting, yelling, calling each other in high pitch, all this will disturb others. So, I must have good manners. So, what do? I am sensitive, whether in the house, or if I am traveling, or in the class, or when I go out with my friends, I am sensitive to the needs of others, so that I do not disturb others when I do what I do. So, we are talking about cultivating good habits in us. What are the 4 magic words? Please, thank you, sorry, excuse me. Every time when you get birthday gifts, mommy gives you, or someone gives something, festival, you get new dress, say thank you, mommy, thank you, daddy. Using good manners at home, practicing. There are several locations in the house where you can practice good manners. Not only greeting parents when you receive something, but especially birthdays, festival days, when you just dresses, something new. On June, the school reopened, you get new bags, new umbrellas. So, whenever you receive something, simply use the magic words. So, I am cultivating good habits. Where do we cultivate the good habit first? At home. So, be sensitive at home, practice good manners in the house, then you go out like a good little girl with manners. I must have good manners, so I use the magic words often. I must have good manners, so I use a handkerchief daily. I take it with me when I sneeze, I have to wipe myself. I must have good manners, so I use polite words. I speak softly, clearly, audible to the next person. Then I must have good manners, so I do not make a noise when I am eating, when I am chewing my food. I must have good manners, so I speak softly, especially when I am out of the house, or when I am traveling, or in the classroom. I am very, very careful. I must have good manners, so I am sensitive to the needs of others. In the house, when somebody is sick, grandparents, mommy, daddy or brother, somebody is sick, then you need to be quiet, not make a noise. Not make a noise with music or something that you are using toys. Learn to be sensitive to the people in the house. The little baby is sleeping, be sensitive to the baby and do not speak loud. The baby will wake up, then mommy will have problem. So, sensitivity. When you are traveling around, when you are traveling in a train or a plane or any way you go, when there is a crowd, learn to speak softly, audible to the next person, not shout and yell. Making a big noise pollution, not good for your ear, and it does not say that you are a good mannerly child. So, we are cultivating good habit, good manners in us, so that parents, teachers and others will say, this girl, this boy is good mannerly, behaves so well. So, where do we start the first lesson? At home. If the first lesson is learned, then outside you will be good. So, I must have good manners. So, I use the 4 magic words often. Please, sorry, thank you and excuse me. I must have good manners. So, I use a handkerchief to wipe myself to sneeze into. I must have good manners. So, I use polite words and I speak softly. I must have good manners. So, I do not make a noise, especially when I am eating. I must have good manners. I speak softly when I go out. Finally, I am practicing good manners, so I am sensitive to the needs of. Now let's look at some of the sounds that have come up here. First we have S sound, E sound, ch, n, w, and o. S, I, a, then S, I, p, w, S, again S, S, I, d, n, w, e, and a. Then you have S, E, S again, w, e, a, o again, ch, and ha. Finally you have S, E, a, S, ch, n, o, and o. Let's read together. What are we trying to do? We are trying to cultivate in us the good manners so that we turn out to be good little girl or boy with good manners. I must have good manners. So I use the 4 magic words often in my speech. I must have good manners, so I use a handkerchief. I must have good manners, so I use polite words and speak softly, clearly and audibly. I must have good manners, so I do not make a noise when I eat. I must have good manners, so I speak softly, especially when I am out of the house. I must have good manners, so I am sensitive to the needs of others, both at home, outside, and in my class, and I try my best not to make too much noise.